Alright, I'm here to show you guys a little glimpse into our portfolio of Pokemon products for the month of February of 2025. For those of you who don't know, I'm Stevie. I'm with Uncle Steve's Card Shop. We're a small little card shop running out of our home over here in California. And in this video, I thought as a thank you and as an update to our last video where I gave you guys 3 ways to get the Japanese distribution, I thought it'd be good to just show you guys what I've decided to purchase and what I'm planning to do with the product. Now, what I'm planning to do with the product is a little different than what you may want to be doing with your product, however. We're a card shop slash flipper slash whatever you may want to look at it as. So we're not looking for the absolute peak value out of our product per se. Personally, I'm looking for about a 30% profit margin, which is what we would get at a show if we were to buy product off people. So, with that in mind, I try to make about 30%. That for me is going to be selling, but for you, if you plan to just hold your product, you may get well over 100%. You may well get well over 200%. Like, for example, if I was in the Arrow with EV Heroes, and I just decided to hold on because I thought the set was amazing, like an investor may decide to do, then, well, you're looking pretty great right now. But anyways, that's a quick disclaimer. Obviously, follow what you believe is right for you and your portfolio, what you believe is good for you. But do not just blindly follow what we're doing. This is just what I'm doing for our company and what I'm doing in the month of February, like I said. So first, let's get this out of the way. We got Japanese Jurassic Festival. We've got a bit of these boxes. We got about 9 still. And I got in at these at a pretty high price, in all honesty. So the only way I'm planning to sell these most likely is at our upcoming card shows. And if I get about my 30% profit margin, like I said, I'd be willing to part with them, but we'll see what happens. And next up, we have Super Electric Breaker, or Surging Sparks in English. Again, got in at a pretty decent price in this case, but again, the sheet at the end will go ahead and tell you guys exactly what I'm planning to do with all of these. In general, with this box, I'm planning to sell on it, just like I'm planning to sell the Terrestrial I just showed you. These boxes are not ones that I feel are particularly undervalued, and if I really needed to, I likely can get myself some more of these boxes at an okay price. Next up, one of the smallest positions in our portfolio, we have Triplet Beat, or Scarlet Violet base set for Japanese. This box has, of course, the Magikarp in it, which is why it's far more valuable than I would assume the English base set is, but, you know, with how the market's going, English base set might be crazy right now, who knows. But for me, this was purely a margin slash percentage play. We had good enough margin when I could get it, so I knew I could move it. Obviously, I will plan to move it at whatever market rate is, but this is not something that I plan to hold on to for a long time. Next, let's talk about the speculation play that I have. I decided to grab one box of Fusion Arts from Japan. This is a purely speculation play because currently, TCG Player is completely out of Fusion Arts in Japanese. Maybe there's one seller now. We could check in a little bit when I go ahead and show you guys our portfolio in its entirety. But shockingly, this has been sold out. This is hard to even price. My distributor honestly sold it to me above market price for Pokemon or for TCG Player. So this could be something I come to regret. This could be something that comes to make me quite a bit of money. I'm going to probably be asking for a 2x on this in all honesty, and I probably won't let go of it otherwise, and I'll just throw it in my basement. One more note, just because we are a card shop slash someone that decides to move our product does not mean I do not enjoy this kind of product. So when I say I'll throw it in my basement, I really do mean I will keep it in my collection. Not everything for me in this game is purely about not everything in this game is about purely profit. A lot of this is the fact that I just enjoy these sealed products. And quite honestly, I might just elect to keep one of every sealed product that comes my way because I just like looking at them. Just looking at this art right here. Just look at this beautiful Mew, honestly. The box art for all of these sets is absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely just love these sets. So, next we got Shiny Treasures EX. It's a high-class box from Japan. This set, however, is one that I consider quite undervalued for what's in it. Bubble Mew's been skyrocketing in price in English, And obviously, you also have the Terrestrialized Charizard. This box is one that I am considering to put into my buy list. And now we got what could be controversial even for some people. We have Korean Terrestrial Festival. This to me is a sell if you have it, because it is up over 70% for what you can get it at from my distributor, at least, and my several distributors. So for me, I am buying as much of this, moving as much of this, because the demand is there. And that is why I believe, for me, that this is a sell. And lastly, I have my most recent acquisition. I have 24 boxes of Paradigm Trigger straight from Japan that arrived today. This for me is going to be a hold. This for me is going to be something that I am hoping that the lower listings of TCG Player get bought up, and then my profit margin will increase significantly. And I will be asking that price most likely for what I'm looking for to be able to make my profit margin once again. And so that's everything in our sealed collection at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and take you guys over to my computer where we can go ahead and look at the total portfolio and really discuss all of these things in more detail. And so here we are. This is my full transparency, what I got my boxes at, what I'm planning to get from Korea, current market prices, and percent change for our products. But let's go ahead and start rating these boxes accordingly. And to our viewer that had an issue with the taskbar in the last video, well, here's for you. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. So I've outlined what buy, sell, and hold means for me. Buying would be undervalued. You should just grab this product while you can at a fair price. Holding is fairly valued. So for me, I bought some of it and I don't plan to move it unless I got the price I want. Do not sell it unless it's at the right point, but I'm also not sure if it's going to go up higher at this point or lower. Although, all things considered, considering where we're at in this market, most things are going up. Sell is overpriced, which for me, because I'm flipping the product, does not mean not to buy it, but for you, probably should be careful because there's better things you can get, unless you were also flipping like me. Paradigm Trigger, I bought this, and now it's a hold for me. For me, Paradigm Trigger is a hold because once these people start getting moved out, and once this product is fully turned out of here of TCG Player, then I become the only market in town where I can attempt to charge a bigger premium and get more money for myself. But until then, it's a hold, and we'll see if it turns out that way for me. Then we got Fusion Arts, which is also going to be a hold for me. Like we had mentioned over here, Fusion Arts. Like we mentioned over here, this price is a little weird to say because, oh, we got one now. But as you can see, there is literally one seller in all of TCG Player. He's eventually going to get bought out, and then once again, you become the only shop in town. And then who knows what you want to do from that point. Now we have Terrestrial Festival, which for me is going to be a sell. I am going to be forced to hold on to this product because of what price I got it at. As you can see, $91 here, $102. This is not enough profit margin for me to even make anything on TCG Player, so I hope to sell it in person. If I can sell it in person, that's great. I will move it on, and I will be done with it. But until then, this for me is something I would not consider buying more of. And I would just try to liquidate it for a decent profit in person till then. Next, we got Super Electric Breaker. This also, for me, is going to be a sell. You could make the argument to hold for Super Electric Breaker. I wouldn't blame you. And obviously, I think most of these products are still going to go up over time, so you don't have to panic, get rid of everything, get it out of here. Like, as you can see, this stuff has been slowly moving up. Terrestrial Festival will have a similar chart to this. But at these prices, you probably can get more of something cheaper that you can slowly get more value out of over time instead of hoping that all the Pokemon hype just holds up. Speaking of Pokemon hype, we are here to talk about Shiny Treasures EX, which for me is a buy. Bulble Mew has been going up, but for some reason this box is not joined in with it. V-Star Universe went up, and these boxes, to me, especially at the lower price they're at, have much more chance to go up quite a bit more in this percent change column than where I am at. So for me, I likely will be looking for even more Shiny Treasures EX if I can get them at a good rate. Then we move on to my triplet beat position. I have only one box in my position. It is a very small part of my portfolio. For me, it'll be a hold. We got the Magikarp in there, which everyone still doesn't know what to make of and what price it's going to be at in the future. But for me, I will hold on to it until I get the price I want for it. If I get my 30% profits, then I will probably move it on. Otherwise, I'll probably hold on to it. And lastly, we got my Korean Terrestrial Festival. This for me is a sell. So again, this is very important. I'm going to buy more of this, as indicated down here. I am not done with Terrestrial Festival EX. I plan to buy more and to continue to move it. In fact, I've nearly gone through my entire case because I just keep moving it. I've consistently been selling it at $70, so I'm calling the market 70, even though hard to say we'd call this market. And I will just keep doing this flip as much as I possibly can. And in general, to me, the Korean market is going to all be a sell, and this is going to be my short-term plans for what I plan to flip. In terms of what I plan to buy, let's go ahead and get into that, though, since that might be exactly what you're here for. Obviously, as I mentioned, we have Shiny Treasure EX, high-class booster box. I still think this has room to move, so this is going to be one of my first buys that I would recommend, personally. But of course, this is not financial advice. Do not come and sue me. Please be responsible for your own money. And honestly, the stock market is probably still a better long-term solution than Pokemon cards. This is purely for entertainment and fun. And then, in terms of products that I would plan to buy from Japan, this is where I'd be going. The Pokemon Center is going to be what you get at the best price. All of these boxes, I would say, are well priced in the market, especially with the ascension of Pokemon cards in Japanese print. If possible, if you already have an account, I would get what I can of each of these boxes and hold on to them for who knows how long. But honestly, I think with time, especially if you have connections to sell in person, or if you have the ability to mark these up slightly and sell them to your customers, I think this is the best play. Thank you guys for watching. I was blown away with the support on the last video. I truly appreciate it from all of you. Please have a wonderful day, and please like and subscribe, and if you'd like, come buy our stuff at Uncle Steve's Card Shop. We would love to have you as a customer.